very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Thursday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. I want to invite you on a ride tonight as we take a look at everything happening in your fast-paced, amazing, and rewarding world of sports. It's the Commonwealth Games. Of course, we're focusing on right about now. It's the 7th. I will be giving you the news from Birmingham, what's happening with Nigeria. We'll also spare a thought for what's going on with the ITO Cup. That's the biggest cup competition in Nigeria. We'll talk about it. Football transfers will get us talking on the show as well. What's up with Khalidou Koulibaly, the guy who's taking on John Terry's shirt number at Chelsea? We'll catch up with him and talk about how he feels he's raring to go. We'll talk about all of that even as we move on the show. It's been a good day for Team Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games. Hopefully, we'll get our man, Austin Okona-Akpan, to join in, and he'll be able to take us through everything that is happening right there in Birmingham with regards to Team Nigeria. We'll also listen to top African stars doing well at the games. We'll talk about them and also listen to what they have to say. Also, yesterday we talked about it, and it happened. Elaine Thompson winning in the women's 100 meters. 2 Nigerian ladies got to the final, but none of them were able to get a medal. So we'll talk about all of that. Again, just plead with you to sit back, relax, as we take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sports. All right, I'm not alone here today in the Lagos studio. I have Bolu Omoni with me. Bolu, greetings to you. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight.
Yeah, good to be again on this lovely, fresh, cozy Thursday evening.
Yeah.
On a day where we got another gold medal, record-breaking day for Chimeze. I think you remember last week we were talking about how much we can do better than previous years. It's looking like we are getting there. Hopefully the girls get it done. We've had close calls, but at least finally we got another gold medal. For 2 days we're like, when is the medal coming? But here we are again, having 2 more medals to the 8 we had before. Yes, we didn't move from 10th because Malaysia think they have more silver than us, but if you calm down, Nigeria will definitely still climb up.
All right, so that's it. You talk about the things that has happened. It's day 3 of athletics already, and a lot of people thought that's where we're going to get the haul. Are you disappointed so far?
For me, I wasn't expecting much from them because when you're talking about athletics, you pick up Jamaica, you pick up even England themselves. We look at US are not here. If it's the Olympics, you have physically called USA, but you still look at Australia even ahead of us. And don't forget, South Africa is still there. So you look at a few countries before talking about Nigeria, but I still think we've done to an extent our best. Remember during the World Athletics Championship, when Bamba Kone was talking about he thinks semi-final is good enough for many of our athletes based on preparations and what we saw and how good other challengers are. So it's looking like we're having the same issues. We are doing well, but winning, I think winning is a bit, maybe favor. We've had some guys that were this close to winning medals, even at the under 20 as well. This team, this close, I mean 0.05 seconds close, but I think they've had good calls. Where our chunk of medals, especially gold, will definitely come from is the Paralympians. Okay, para-athletes, they will definitely do well, give us medals. We've had 1 or 2 in weightlifting then. I can't wait for the likes of Isebrume to have our own individual sport. Remember, she's ran with some guys, and for Tobi Amusho and the wrestlers, of course. Those are where I think we can have more of our medals. Hopefully, I think we had about 11 medals from wrestling last year. Gold, silver, bronze. So maybe we can get only gold and silver from them this year.
All right. Bolu, let's do this. We're waiting for Austin, so let's not get into Team Nigeria yet. Let's see. You talked about international stars. Maybe we could do this. Coming into this, the 100 meters was what everybody was looking at. And you had Omayala on one side, you had Akani Simbini on one side. And everybody was looking towards that race, and Omayala picked it. But I want to quickly ask you before we listen to Omayala, we're just trying to do that as we wait for Austin so that we don't get ahead of ourselves. Were you surprised at the outcome of that final?
I don't think I was. Many are looking at, for Ashe, did so well here. He's going to put, I said, calm down. The African scene is completely different. Sometimes when you check your personal best with the season's best of some of these international, you know we are way beyond. So like you right say, it's more of who gets it between A or B. If A gets it, no comment. If B gets it, I think the discussion will be maybe if someone outside the discourse picks the gold medal. Oh, okay, who is this person? This person is a gold. And so I think many of these are going out according to plan. The favorites are picking most of the medals, so I don't think people have argument. My own take is just on a call for Nigeria. But I think there's a discussion on badminton. When we get there, we'll talk about it, because I saw athletes from Africa in some weird events. Triathlon, I saw Ghana. When others had finished, she was just finishing the second event. But a young girl competing. I saw Ghana, Uganda, and the likes in swimming.
Yep.
But fortunately, Nigeria don't have athletes representing us there.
All right, let's listen to Ferdinand Omanyala, the Kenyan making inroads into some of the areas you think were the strengths of others. Let's listen to Ferdinand Omanyala of Kenya talk about the winning. Let's not forget, a lot of people are still expecting him to do well at the global stage, but his first Commonwealth gold. Let's listen to him. We'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
It was a good race, and I came for the gold, and I'm happy that I've gotten the gold, so it's a blessing. Yeah, it's always been a challenge ever since, and I'm happy that we're taking Africa to the next level. It's hard work. I mean, like, we have to work hard for this. It's not like you just wake up and come and run. We've been working hard ever since, and I thank my team for everything. It's a good thing, because I hope that we take this to the world scene, that Africans can just also come and be in the finals of the World Championships. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm happy that we were there in the finals today, and it's a good thing. We're not done with the Commonwealth yet, because we have the 4x1 relay. So after that, we'll plan. And next year, having the World Champs, that's the big one for next year. So we'll go down and work for it.
All right, that's the man, Ferdinand Omanyala. And like you said, you're not surprised at the outcome of that event. I'm still resisting the temptation to go ahead and talk about Team Nigeria. But the big stars we expect to come came. If you talk about Elaine Thompson, it would have been a surprise if anybody beat Elaine Thompson in that women's 100 meters.
Well, it would have been a surprise. One of the favorites in for the woman with 1,000 colors. In athletics, it's harder to, especially for the sprint, 100 meters, it's harder to break in, except for, it's like competing with Usain Bolt. I'm thinking you'll win. Except for maybe a race you had a false start and everyone was shocked. So when you are competing with some of the best, that it is not you had the personal best, and your personal best and your normal numbers are probably about a second or 2 seconds apart. No. Usain Bolt, check his best times. They are similar. That way, you know you are in for something big. So for athletics, when you start hitting that number, remember when Toby Amushon was hitting 14 seconds. Later, she started hitting 13. Later, she started hitting 12. So it's about consistency in those numbers. And when it comes, it doesn't just jump on you at the big stage. It is a continuous thing, especially at least for a season. Like we had Okagbare at some points, he started having the best numbers for the season. So if those numbers keep coming, it's almost important. That's one of the things Omanyala brought into this competition. Is before now not the best sprinter in terms of the men's category, but all through the season he's been having positive timing and numbers. So it became one of the favorites, and it didn't disappoint. Picking up the gold medal, you could see the excitement that everyone thought he needed to do it at the big stage. And here is it. Maybe not the biggest stage, not the World Athletics Championship, not the Olympic Games, but you still have to give kudos to someone winning at the Commonwealth Games.
All right, let's start talking about Team Nigeria. But we'll start with yesterday, then we get into the good news of today. Bolo has hinted about what happened today. Chimere Nwachukwu, goodness, got us gold in our event. 2 world records, a route getting that gold. But we'll talk about that later. First, let's allow you listen to, of course, discus throw gold medalist Chioma Onyekwere. She had quite a few things to say and was still in celebratory mood for what she's been able to achieve so far.
This event for the women is gaining momentum. What do you think champions such as you and other ladies can do to give it the sort of recognition that it deserves?
I think for me, it's being sure that I keep making those finals, keep sure that I keep making those big steps in medaling and taking pretty much a seat at the table. So I think women's discus is heavily powered by the Europeans and the Americans. So I think me continuing to compete at the highest level, continuing to get those high marks, and continue to improve my world ranking will keep pushing Africa forward.
As a Nigerian based in the United States, how do you keep tabs with your Nigerian roots?
Oh no, I travel to Nigeria quite often. My cousin's getting married here in December. I was married in Nigeria last year, so I'm in Nigeria quite often. Plus, there is a huge community of the Nigerians in America, especially in Detroit and the Maryland area. So my family keeps me grounded and rooted, and I'm so grateful for them.
How do we get more young girls, particularly the ones with the sort of talent that you have, to get into this course, and particularly sports?
I think most people fear for like the throws wise is that the throwers are very strong, so we're in the weight room for long hours. We're also a bit bigger because you got to put in weight to be able to push the discus. So I think for the young girls, it's like don't be so intimidated by the weight room and eating and making sure you're getting the right nutrition in order to perform well. So I think most people are a little bit intimidated for the throws wise. So I say just keep at it, and you have to work really hard. You have to keep a good training schedule. You have to make sure that you're still doing your sprints to stay explosive. You have to make sure that you're taking hours and hours and hours of throws. Like it's going to take a very long time to get good. You just have to keep practicing and trust yourself.
How did you feel when the Nigerian national anthem was played?
I was so happy. It was so good to hear it, and especially this being my first Commonwealth opportunity and being able to hear the national anthem play, I was ecstatic, and I think it was just so nice to not just have one Nigerian on the podium, but two. So it was sweet. It was really sweet, and I was so happy.
How did you feel competing with Obi?
It's great competing with Obi. Obi and I have been competing together since I believe last year at national trials. It's our first outcoming with the team, and this is her first global championship that she's competing with Nigeria. So it's been really good, and I've been really happy competing with her. I've been trying to take her under my wing and make sure that she's doing what due diligence she needs to prepare and making sure that she feels calm in the situations. Because the first major championships can be a little nerve-wracking, so it just takes time and repetition to get calm and be trusting yourself and able to perform well and know that you deserve a seat in the table as much as everyone else. You deserve to also medal as much as anyone else, whether they're veterans or not, especially like in this sport for discus throws, and it's anyone's game really, so anyone can necessarily take it. So you just have to believe in yourself and get after it.
All right, let's attempt to review what has happened today. Today's day 7, as we've told you earlier. We look at some of the things that has happened. We've added to all, and also we'll see what the teams ahead of Nigeria has been able to do. And so let's just quickly look at this. Australia leading the way, 48 gold, 38 silver, 39 bronze. A total of 125 is what the Australians have, followed by England. It's 40 gold, 40 silver, 29 bronze, 109 in total. Canada is the country in the 3rd position as of now on day 7. At the end of everything on day 7, Canada has 16 gold, 20 silver, 21 bronze, a total of 57. We have to talk about Team Nigeria. Team Nigeria, just like Bolu said earlier, still on the 10th position. 10th position because we're judging not by the hall, but gold places you in certain positions. So we have 5 golds, 1 silver, and 4 bronze, totaling 10. So that's what we have for Team Nigeria right about now. And it's interesting because we're looking at all of this, and you're hoping that Nigeria will move on. The best haul we have so far in this competition has been 10. So we'll see whether or not after day 7, Nigeria can do better. So I'm going to get Bolu into this conversation, and we're going to be talking about what he expects. So Bolu, you're looking at this after day 7. It still looks good for Nigeria.
Yeah, there are still some sports that you expect us to do much more. So you should still expect some medals from us. Like I said earlier, we are looking at wrestling. We are looking at the long jump. We are looking at even Toby Amusho in the hurdle. So it's still not so bad. Yes, one more. You expected us to have gotten more. But like we said in athletics, we have some nations athletes that are better than us, either on paper or on the court or track. So it's not so bad. 10 medals in all so far. We still have a few days to go. So I believe we can still get more, much more than we have right now.
Let's attempt a quick review of what has happened today. We've got 1 bronze and 1 silver. 1 bronze, 1 gold medal. That has happened. You talked about Chimere Nwachukwu. She's been able to get us gold in a discus. And you also talk about Innocent Namdi. He got us a bronze in powerlifting. That's in the men's lightweight category. Got us bronze in that one. But looking at all of that, we don't want to get carried away with what you have on screen. But looking at all of that, you want to say it's been a good day for Team Nigeria?
Yeah, like I said, yesterday was not so good until we had a few medals. But now things like this inspire. When you look at your competitor, oh, 2 people got to the podium today, 2 got yesterday. So how can I do much more? And I can also do more. So those that want to compete tomorrow will be thinking to themselves, okay, Nigeria have 10 medals for now. I can add to it. It's just more like Nigeria local balance with the raw farm. So when you hear your colleagues are doing much more, you want to add your names to what we have. So I think it will inspire those that will compete from day 8 that if these guys can do it, just give your best. Some of the athletes at the Under-20 Championship, I can't remember, and one of them said, after seeing some of my egbons doing well at the Commonwealth Games, I also want to be at the Commonwealth Games. One of the reasons why she decided to do what she did at the Under-20, and that's for them. It means for those at the Commonwealth Games, it's just about, let me get inspired by these people. I can do more, especially those that the weight is upon them, that those that know one, we are giving excuses for their athletics runner, the sprinters. Okay, well, maybe we didn't expect medals. But imagine someone like Odon Adekure going into the court to fight. Everyone expects a gold medal at least from her. So she wants to win the gold medal. When the likes of Blessing Obrodu gets to the court, we want the gold medal from her. So I think this is a good inspiration for those that will be competing from tomorrow. We are calling other names because they've won. We've talked about Chinyere. We've talked about
That's where we're going yet. That's the lady of the moment. Let's talk about Chimere Nwachukwu. She also referred to as goodness. I'm very sure we're going to see her picture very soon. 2 world records on the route to winning gold. As a matter of fact, some of the commentators said every attempt she made was a world record in the making.
I mean, it brought back the vibe of Toby Amosho at the World Athletics Championship, world record in the semi-final, world record in the final. Unfortunately, it was winded. But for this time around, para-athletes, remember we still said the same thing last week, that our para-athletes are the ones that really bring joy, that really bring vibe to Nigeria. Unfortunately, they don't get the noise, they don't get the sponsorship and finance like others. But man, records after record and routes to winning this. It just means one thing. Even the financial aspect, there's money. Remember, if you break a world record, there's a certain amount of money you get for that. So I'm happy for her. At least, like some people tell, if the government, sort of the organizers from here, NOC, are not giving you enough money, world record is definitely put this on box of burger. So I'm proud of what she did. 2 world records on the same day. You don't see world records being broken every time. Then when you see 2 in the same event, it's an achievement. But when these 2 comes on the same day, I think it's something big. She deserves to be celebrated. Immediately she hit that record, she got the gold medal. I started seeing different tweets, different messages that, oh, world record, 2 world records, gold medal. This is what we want to do. We complain about the Brits celebrating theirs over others. Well, I think we need to do the same thing.
It's our time to do that.
Yep.
Also, what you have mentioned is Innocent Namdi, men's lightweight, talking about the powerlifting. Bronze is what he got us. And that also is another event, what you have mentioned.
Yeah, it's also good. It's just that sometimes when it's not the gold, people don't really think, okay, but it doesn't affect your medal table as much as the goal. But the truth is winning. Some persons are not meant to even get to the final. Then when you get there, you get bronze. It's good. When you get silver, it's better. And obviously, winning the gold medal is always the achievement or the aim of every athlete. But gold is bronze is also something good. It's better than winning nothing. I'm sure we all saw when Toby Amosho was in tears in Doha and at the last Olympic Games when she narrowly missed out on bronze medal. So for someone also getting the bronze, it still comes to how good today has been in terms of the Commonwealth Games for Nigerian athletes. At least we are having players getting to the podium. Remember, we said we stalled a bit at 8, and now we have 10. So I think it's not the best, but it's definitely good enough.
All right. We're about to go on a break, but I just want you to look ahead to tomorrow. Do you think we're still going to be on the 10th position? Quick one.
I think our problem with that 10th is Malaysia. When we won 8 medals, they won 8. But they just had 1 more silver medal than us. Now we're on the same gold medal. They still have 1 more silver medal. They should chill. When they win the next silver, we'll win the next gold. But with the pace we are going, I think we are looking at Malaysia for now. Whatever happens to them is still depending on us. If we win ours, then let's see if they can keep competing. Remember, they have competed in almost all the things they call their best.
All right.
And we are yet to get to our best spot. So we will definitely go beyond.
Okay, that's a good place to leave it for now. We need to go on a break right about now. It's getting interesting. Let's go on that break. We'll come for more. There's still a lot to talk about with regards to Team Nigeria and the Commonwealth Games. Not forgetting, we look at what is happening here at home, the ITO Cup, and football transfers, all for you when we return from this break. All right, welcome back. Of course, we told you we will continue with our discussion on the Commonwealth Games. Take a look at what is happening. We have a man on the ground talking about Austin Okon-Akpan. He's been able to see everything that happened on day 7. We'll have a special focus on what happened with Team Nigeria on day 7. Great to see you, Austin. I like the smile on your face. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let's talk about Team Nigeria for a bit. It's interesting talking about Nigeria because there are good things happening all over. So give us your summation of what has happened today.
It's a good day. I mean, good to be on the show. Sporty greetings to everyone joining us from different parts of the world. Yes, today wasn't good for Team Nigeria, but today you see the big smile on my face. It's a clear testament that it was indeed a good day. 2 gold medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze. And the good thing about these gold medals, in fact, today's performances, they were record-breaking. Oluwafemi Ayo-Folashade, what can I say about that lady? I just finished speaking to her, and she said, Austin, I told you I won't stop. She dedicated her gold medal and that record-breaking feat to God and her lovely husband. She says she's not stopping. She will go to the Paralympics and make it another gold medal. What else can we say about Chiemere Nwachukwu? Every throw she did was record-breaking. She got commentators looking for the right adjectives to describe her displays, and she got spectators on her feet. And this is what we always talk about. Develop para sports in Nigeria. Give people a reason to make use of their God-given talents. And now they're beginning to see it. Yesterday, I was so sad at the stadium because Kennedy was the only discus thrower that didn't have a prosthetic leg. He was using his crutches to throw, and it was so good. But because he wasn't having balance, he couldn't do much. But that is gone. Today, Chiemere gave us reason to smile. What a story. Record-breaking performance, gold medal on her neck. I just hope that as a country we'll sustain that momentum, give them more reasons to do more for the country, and then keep winning. I caught up with the boxers. It's also a good day for our boxers. About 4 of them now in the semis, and they're looking dangerous. They said they will go all the way to the final. They're monitoring their opponents, know the right strategy to use. I told you, Yemi, at the start of this Commonwealth Games that 2 sports that we can actually use these games to develop in Nigeria is weightlifting and boxing. And they're beginning to show those signs because we used to be so good in these sports back in the day. We got to sleep, and then the sport started suffering. So now the Commonwealth Games is giving us more reasons to know that we've got talent in it and we should do well. So we're waiting to see what Team Nigeria will do in the semis. When you talk about boxing at the Olympics, Nwachukwu, Chimamanda, I spoke about that. We discussed. And then for Team Nigeria, Ifeanyi Onyewere, that's the name I was trying to remember. Super heavyweight boxer. I spoke to him right after his fight. Says, look, I'm calm. My next opponent is an Indian. He's southpaw. I've gone to watch him on YouTube. I've asked questions about him. That's the mentality. He wants to go on to the final. He said he promised his family that he will come back to Nigeria with a medal on his neck. So maybe boxing might just give us 3 or 4 medals. Table tennis. The guys don't like what happened in the team event right after their mixed doubles and doubles. I spoke with them. I spoke with Aaron Okwodri, Abiodun, and then Olajide Omotayo. They want to stay focused, get to the final in the doubles or the mixed doubles so they can advance in the competition. Now, Aaron Okwodri and Edem Offiong, they were supposed to play in the mixed doubles because Aaron had got the doubles to play with Abiodun. They said, no, don't stress yourself. We're going to leave that for now since we've got other players in the mixed doubles. So they stayed focused, went to play the quarterfinals in the doubles, and it was straight victory for them, 3-0. Now, that's what I'm talking about. We need to plan. For instance, if they knew that it was going to be this way, don't put much pressure on Aaron Okwodri. There's Amadi Ome in that team. He's young. I know they brought him to overshadow the big players,
Yeah.
but in this kind of situation, put him up to play. So bad, not a bad day for Team Nigeria. 2 gold medals, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. Now 10 medals in the bag.
All right. Let me also get your thoughts. By the way, I have Bolu with me. Of course, I'm going to get him into the conversation later on. But you caught up with the president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, and he was trying to make all of us calm down because it appears like we are all thinking that every wrestler in Birmingham representing Nigeria is a sure medal. And he's trying to let us know that for that level of expectation, what have we put in? He's not saying we're not going to win, but for that level of expectation, we should put anything. But what do you make of all that he said? Because you stood right in front of him, you heard him. Does he imply that we should not expect that much a haul from wrestling?
He's just trying to say, let's not put pressure on the team. You know, he loves the fact that we believe in wrestling, but he's saying, what have we done as a country to develop wrestling? For instance, Blessing Oborodudu went to the Olympics, won a silver medal. She doesn't have 1 sponsorship. So he's saying, what is corporate Nigeria doing? Because you and I know Daniel Igali and the Federation, what they're doing to develop the sport. So he's just wondering, if we put so much confidence on wrestling, why is it not getting the sort of support it should receive? Why are people not coming to support? So it was flattering, when I asked him that question, because of course we want wrestling to do well. Remember, again, what he's trying to let us realize is that there are big competitors here. Canada, they're doing so well with wrestling.
Yeah.
That was the same way we put so much expectations on Oduayo Adekuroye at the Tokyo Olympics. And then what happened? We got the shock of our lives. So he's just trying to say, lower your expectations. Right. These guys have prepared properly. We know they can go out there and win medals, but it is what you sow, you reap. So if we're not doing so much as a country, well, we're expecting so much. But I know all day, everywhere, Daniel Gali, we push his team as an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah. He loves the sport. He's passionate about it. He's going to tell the wrestlers to go out there. For me, I have about 3 of them that I'm looking forward to see what they can do. Mercy Adekuroye, the younger sister of Oduayo. Let's see what she can do in her first Commonwealth Games. So, yeah, with wrestling, Daniel Igali should relax and tell us they'll win about 5 medals. That will be fine.
Bolu is smiling all the way. He's laughing. You can't see him now, but I can. He's laughing all the way, and he seems to agree with you. Let me put you on hold. I want to listen to a very important person. We're talking about sports. I want to quickly listen to, of course, the president of the Badminton Federation, Francis Obi. Bolu has complained about the absence of badminton players at this competition, and he has quite a few things to say. Let's listen to Francis Obi give us a sort of explanation and what he thinks Nigeria needs to do going forward.
Well, I would say that it's a major setback, I must tell you, because we are at the Olympics, and coming for the Commonwealth game would have been a way of building on the foundation that was laid. I'm one of those who holds this very strong view that if you don't expose players and athletes to competition at the highest level, there's no way you can expect them to be able to compete at that level. So, I mean, for me, it wasn't a very good development. We were told there was not enough money. There was not enough money, so, and originally we were meant to be about 12 sports that were meant to come. And at the end of the day, they pruned it down to 9. So badminton was one of the 3 unfortunate ones that were dropped.
And how is Arnold taking this?
Well, as expected, quite disappointing, and it felt really down because we qualified. It wasn't something that you could just, any country can go. And at the Commonwealth Games in badminton, we have countries like Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, Zambia. I mean, and Nigeria is not here. So it's and right now we are the big guns in Africa. So it would have been an opportunity to come here and really, test the strength of these players and also expose some younger ones coming. It was not just 2 players. We qualified for the team event. We have Lagos International coming up end of this month into early September after a 2-year break due to the COVID pandemic. So basically, that's going to be our first major outing over a period of time. Then after that, as a federation, since we got in newly, we set out our programs. We really want to go to the grassroots. So we are looking at schools, shuttle time, which is taking the game. Then this time around, we want to focus on age grade tournaments, under 15, under 19, to prepare our young ones who will step into the shoes of the senior players by the time they are going out. And also we want to focus on the technical department of the game. Our coaches, officiating officials, we need to upgrade them. We need to have them properly trained to be able to meet up with the latest developments in the game. So for us, it's a total package. It's not just focusing on the players alone. Every department of the game has to grow at the same time.
All right, Francis Obi there, president of the Nigerian Badminton Federation, speaking his mind, talking about the plans of the federation. Like I told you, Elebolu is still with me, and we're here together. He echoed some of your thoughts, some that you have said on TV, some that you were not able to say. But listening to, we get back to Austin in a bit, but listening to him, I mean, it's just like he's put your views on megaphone.
Okay, first off, let's do it like this. There is no badminton at the Commonwealth Games, but the badminton president is at the Commonwealth Games. It speaks volume. I'm not talking about him now. It speaks volume. I still remember the interview of Oriyomi, the best badminton player in Africa. The boy was almost in tears, talking about how they told them, first off, that they are not medal hopefuls and there's not enough money. And he said to himself at some point, okay, I'll sponsor myself. And they told him, no, it is too late. And I asked myself, if the best player in Africa is not going, are people that he is way better than at the event, it means those nations believe in their athletes, but we don't believe in our own. I still said the same thing about the Ghanaian girl. Triathlon is 3 sports. You swim, you cycle, then you do a 5-kilometer race. As I went, we have had like 10 people finish the cross line. She was just coming down from my bicycle. She still went to the event. She was in the final. So it means other African nations are giving everything they can. Look at South Africa competing in everything. Either they finish 100th, they compete for everything. I was shocked when I started seeing Ghanaians, Ugandans, Kenyans in swimming. It means they know they are not the best, but some are setting their personal records, some are setting national records. We say it all the time, in Job people swim a lot, in Makoko people swim. Teach them to swim right.
You know what? I know the direction you want to go, and I agree with some of the views. Austin is back with us, and I'm very sure you have a thing or two in your mind. He's seated right there, he's in Birmingham. He knows some of the things that we don't know, so the floor is yours. Just a question or two. I'm very sure Austin will be able to answer all the things we want to know about what's going on with Team Nigeria.
I like I'm in this position today. Let me call Austin, because he likes to stretch. But Miguel has talked about how much it's trying to calm expectations, but the athletes themselves, just like a 2-in-1, what is their own expectation? Then secondly, what's the feeling in the camp like? We are just doing permutations based on what we think here. You are closest to them. So what are the athletes saying? Are they saying the same thing with the president? That, okay, we are calm, we will give our best. Then what is the atmosphere in the camp of Team Nigeria like?
Well, Team Nigeria, they're doing just fine. You know, just a little bit of administrative issues here and there. Remember, today was so sad. Latifat, Tijani, and one other power lifter were disqualified because they didn't show up on time for their kids' rehearsals and inspection, and that was so sad because that's 2 medals we lost right there in powerlifting. And so we're always saying that leadership is very, very important because everything rises and falls on leadership. The ministry said they have appealed that decision to the International Paralympic Committee, but I don't see what can come out of that one because the event has been done and medals have been given. So once again, administration is the issue. And I spoke to Folashade Oluwafemi right after our victory, and she said, Austin, that our colleagues that were disqualified should hold on to this gold medal and be comforted. It was touching because these guys have prepared, they've worked so hard to come here. Look, I met some of them at the Games Village, and every one of them, they are pumped up, particularly those guys that don't even live in Nigeria. Their passion for Nigeria is admirable. For instance, the first day I got to the Games Village, Bolu, I was looking for Team Nigeria residents, and I couldn't find it. Then I saw Obiageri Amechi. She won bronze in the women's discus. And I saw her with the Nigerian outfit, and I said, hey, how are you? I'm Nigerian. I'm looking for the residents. But she was rushing to cut the buggy, and she couldn't talk to me. I said, promise me you'll put a medal on your neck. And she won bronze, our first Commonwealth Games. So the passion is wild, is contagious. I spoke with the table tennis team. They are still sad that they couldn't win a medal in the team event. So Aaron Quadri, Bode Abiodun, Olajide Omotayo, even the girls, I spoke with Esther Oribamiche, they're pumped up. There's just something about these athletes. They love their country. They love the motherland, and they always want to give their best. Is it the wrestlers? You know the story with wrestling. Whenever they come out to represent Nigeria, they always win medals. So that's still the vibe I'm getting from wrestling for athletics. I was the other day where I was with Ese Brume. I was with Ese Brume and Ruth Osoro, and it's the same story. Ese Brume says she's here to win a gold medal, and that's it, period. For Ruth Osoro, she had a fantastic outing at the World Championships. She says she's pretty much disappointed she couldn't leave Oregon with a medal, but that she will leave here with a medal. That's patriotism. That's dedication. That's commitment. And that's the vibe that I've seen throughout. They're not letting anything distract them. For them, it's even more than representing the country. It's for their careers, and they just want to do just fine with it.
Well, I think Austin has given me confidence much more than I had before.
Okay. Bolu says you've given him confidence. Well, let me let it get out of the bag. Bolu said something, and I don't know if he's going to be happy. I'm going to reveal this. The world is watching. He says we should have 2 gold medals whenever Toby Amusho and S.A. Brume compete. Whatever stage we are, when those 2 ladies come out, just make it plus 2G. That's 2 gold. I don't know if you believe that's going to be the case.
But yeah, I mean, let's try to, kill pressure. No pressure, because at this stage, Toby Amuson, she's the athlete to beat. If you beat Toby Amuson now, even if you don't break the world record, you'll make news. Every media house will come for you because you've beaten the world champion. You've beaten the world record holder. And Toby isn't talking much. He said, Austin, I spoke to you on my way to Birmingham, and that's the list I'm going to give to you till I compete. I saw her at the Games Village. Hey, champ, how you doing? Took a picture with her. She's also beaming with confidence. Look, with Toby, I spoke with Toby at the Rio 2016 Olympics. She was so close to reaching the final, and she missed out of it. In 2016, she told me, don't worry, I'm coming. And that interview I had with her, I said, I see you've arrived. And she said, yes. And, having the world record is just awesome. So let's try not to put her under any form of pressure. Same with Ese Brume. They understand that they're champions, but it's very, very important to keep the momentum going. So, yes, expectations, that's okay. It's okay to believe that they can go out there, win a medal, but in our world of sports, impossible is nothing. The same way they are preparing, other athletes to are preparing. Look at what happened to our women's sprinters. We were expecting them to at least get a medal. They did their best. They didn't medal, but it was good learning experience for Rosemary Chukwuka and, of course, Grace Walkocha. But with Ese Brume and Toby Amuson, their consistency should be what should encourage us to keep the expectation going. And I'm super confident that when they get out there, they'll give the best for the motherland.
All right, Austin, I think that's a good place to let it land. We'll allow you go and rest. Of course, it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Thanks for your EPUs today. We'll do this again tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Yemi. Always a delight to be on the show. I miss you guys. I'm so loving the new studio. Maybe one of these days I'll come around 2 weeks, stand there, we'll do a show together.
Definitely. All right. So, as our man Austin Okon-Akpan giving us his thoughts on everything happening in the world of sports. We've talked about the Commonwealth Games, and of course, I'm very sure we have a little time left to also look at some of the things happening in the world of sports. It's been an interesting day for Team Nigeria. Let's just quickly see if anything has changed. Let's see. Let's talk about, since we're done with that, let's talk about the Falcons. Bolu, let me get your thoughts. Of course, they're going to play on... They are there for the FIFA Women's Under-20 World Cup. I think the first game is against France. They're going to be playing in Costa Rica. And this is the ladies that will represent Nigeria. We've been at the final twice. Yep. And we keep expecting that we'll do one better. It has not happened. But Christopher Danjuma seems to have confidence that this might just be the time.
Well, what we've seen with the Falconets and Danjuma is one of the consistencies we'll be talking about for both the Super Falcons and the Super Eagles. He's been there for a long time. There was a time he left to join the Falcons. They brought him back because he knows this team well. And looking at their run, it's not about if they will win. It's always a question, how many goals will these girls score today? And I saw the likes of Mesta Onyedezide during the off break. Every time I see this girl at the stadium, she was always training. I think she had a team of 3 that they came from the same club. always training constantly. I said to him, I forgot you were part of it. Why are you guys training when you said no? They're preparing ahead of the under-17 World Cup. It means under-20 World Cup. They know what they are fighting for. These girls know the record. We've been here twice, lost twice. Like they'll say, Olule, twice. Now they want to win. In the local palace. They want to win. They are fighting hard. Yes, it's good to have your confidence high, and at the same time, it's good to respect your opponents. But your first game is always very, very important. And those ladies, young girls there, also want to win. So I think I have confidence in them that they will go very far in this competition.
Let's run through this list quickly, as fast as we can. I'll take the goalkeepers, Nelly, Eke, Monle, Oyono, Peace, Obidimad. For the defenders, Oluwatosin, the main, Omomi, Oshobukola, Rafiat, Imoron, Jumoke, Alani, Chidima, Ogbuchi, Oluchi, Ohagbulem. For the midfielders, Bashirat Amo, you talked about this lady, how impressed you are, Onyenezide, Esther, Ado, Yina, Moturayo, and Moho. For the forwards, you have Blessing Okwe, Joy Jerry, Messi Idoko, Flourish Sebastian, Chioma Olise, Chiamaka Okochuku. That's the name is there. I mean, he's under 20. I wouldn't want, but let me ask you anyway, since you're standing right in front of me, is there anybody you expected to be here that's not here?
I was waiting to see Flourish. I thought she wasn't going to be there. I would have gotten to Chris Danima's house tonight.
You call him straight.
She had lots of goals in the qualifiers. I think she scored a hat-trick twice or thereabout. And she has a synergy between herself, Esther, and I think one other midfielder in the team. This is what we want. Hopefully, they won't get maybe stage fright when it gets to the bigger stage. All through the qualifiers, both home, away, they were beating everybody with confidence. I think the only game they struggled a bit was their last qualifiers, where I think they scored just one goal in Nigeria and they went maybe 2 away from home. But all through their qualifiers, these girls were scoring for fun. This is the confidence they have going into the tournament. Like we said earlier, they know Nigeria's record in the tournament. Finals twice, unfortunately, they lost both games. Now they want to win. And if they win, people start asking questions. Why can't they even play in the Falcons? That's why they're going for this competition. I'm confident they will go far. Maybe winning, I'm not so sure. But from what we've seen, I think they will do so well in competition. I think they'll go far. Semi-final is always a good place for any team at any world tournament. And who knows, from there, you just need 2 victories to lift the title. So I hope these girls will be the ones to break the jinx.
All right. They're going to be playing against France, South Korea, and Canada. That's the group they're in. We need to go on a break right about now. When we return from that break, we'll take a look at what's happening in the world of football transfers. We'll see what's happening, and also we'll see if we have time for the ITO Cup. All right, welcome back. I still have Bolu Omoni with me, and we're going to spend a few minutes we have left talking about football transfers, and of course, Chelsea will dominate our thoughts. Bolu, let's talk about this young man of Nigerian descent, born in Austria, played for England on the 19, Kenny Chukwuemeka. Still a young lad. He's been bought for £20 million from Aston Villa. What do you think he will bring to the Chelsea team? Or you think they're buying these talents to be able to sell him later on, as some of these clubs do?
Sometimes you wonder how these clubs make deals. Yeah, they say it's better to sign than not to sign. But you ask yourself, was it last summer that Chelsea had about 30, 40 players out on loan? Majority young talents. That you are bringing another 18-year-old, not that is breaking into the team. The likes of even Ruben Loftus-Cheek didn't get to play. They had to sell some. So, but like they'll tell you, the coach knows what he's bringing, either as a backup player or as. But I don't think first team is starting. So long Tuchel keeps playing his 3-4-3 formation. It means there'll be 2 men in the hole. That's majorly between Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic. Anyone who is coming in has to be going forward. I tell
behind those guys.
Yeah, Chelsea.
As good as Saul Niguez wasn't able to break to that.
So I tell you, Chelsea need to get a central defender. They got one. Maybe if they get another, it will be a brilliant deal. They need creativity in the midfield, and they need a number 9 that will guarantee at least 20 goals. Maybe that's why they want Aubameyang. But like they will tell you, Kane is probably a plan for the future because they have lots of young talents. If you do well, they may send you out on loan. If you do well, they bring you back. They made mistakes in selling some young talents years ago, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Saha, and it backfired. So maybe that's why bring them young. If they can't play, sell them, send them on loan. If you play well, come back. If not, you can just keep going. So who knows, Chukwuemeka may just be a good deal, like they'll call it Chukwumeka. He fought hard to get this deal. He had 1 more year. He wasn't signing an extension. So for him to push during Chelsea, it would have been maybe something Tuchel said to him that, I mean, not like Sir Alex told Ronaldo, you won't play all the time, but you are guaranteed at least 50%. That may be just the signing for him.
All right. So that's the lady we've been talking about. And we're going to get to see her. That's the picture that flashed on your screen a little while ago. Chimere Nwachukwu, the lady we're talking about. I'm very sure we'll get that before we leave the studio. Still talking football and still talking Chelsea. Kalidou Koulibaly tells us he called up John Terry, the Chelsea legend. Is going to wear the number 26. And he asked the permission from John Terry, got the permission from John Terry. Now he says he's raring to go.
Maybe Koulibaly, maybe you won't put him in the same class with John Terry. But at least if you are still calling top defenders, Koulibaly will still be there. Remember, Chelsea and other clubs have chased him for years. And Napoli said 80 million then or nothing. But they still sold it for about half years later. So when that number, I don't think it will be too heavy on him. They tell you it's not maybe the perfect replacement for Rudiger based on age. But if it's doing the job, I don't think Koulibaly will struggle to do the job. I think it's a brilliant signing. Yes, he will complement the older Thiago Silva. That's why they're chasing one more young defender. So I think he's in good hands. The number 26 is definitely in a good hands. Koulibaly has all the experience, both international scene and the club level. So Terry should not be scared about the number.
All right. So let's see. Let's see if we can get to listen to Kalidou Koulibaly, the new Chelsea signing. Let's see if we can do that as we prepare to wrap things up on the show. He says he's ready to go and he's ready to play.
The moment was
Okay.
now. Maybe before nobody was ready. Maybe the club from Napoli didn't want me to come. Even I'm not a player who like to go fighting with my club to leave. I have a lot of respect for the owner, for the supporters, and I never fight with my club to go out. So, but I think that this time was the good time to leave Napoli. I made like 8 years over there. And why Chelsea? I think because it's the only club who wanted really that I come.
London derby, Crystal Palace versus Arsenal.
All right. That's it. I guess that's where we have to let it all end on the show tonight. I hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to bring to you. Of course, we're back here again tomorrow to take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sports. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.